WWE's Elimination Chamber is coming up this weekend. Chris Jericho called me out on Twitter itself, and I had so many notifications for the next 3 to 6 days. Becky Lynch, she gone. Everything else in WWE, mines, they gone. We get into all of that and more this week as we...
Are you ready? No! I said, are you ready? Break it down! Woo! You just made the list! Oh, I knew he was gonna do that. I just knew he was gonna do that. He don't need Janetti. You don't know what hard times are, Daddy. Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass. The queen climbs to the top, oh yeah. It's the man with the rock in cooking. Bulletproof for life, goodbye, and good night. Got the answers, I change the questions.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the most inappropriate pro wrestling show in the motherfucking world. You're listening to Breaking Down the Ring. We are your ring crew.
Nick the Dick.
Your champion, the whole fucking Joe.
I'm just mighty today.
That's weird. And I am the almighty one, Mikey himself. Man, do we got a bunch to talk about today. Let's just be very honest that there's so much that's happened in WWE. A lot of talk about Raw being shit. I am not on that bandwagon this week, which is normally where I'm at. A lot of talk about AEW, all of this stuff going on. Look, we're going to talk about some shit today. First and foremost, before we go into the AEW stuff for their Double or Nothing pay-per-view and things like that, let's talk about Chris Jericho, okay? He called me out on Twitter.
You made the list, buddy.
I did. And I do want to come and express myself completely on this because there is a huge amount of people that were thinking I was completely fucking shit-talking this right now. And I was like, what? No, that's not what was going on at all. But I'm going to get into it. I'm just going to share this on my fucking Twitter right now and even tag Chris Jericho before we even go into this. Because I want people to all be listening to everything I have to say regarding AEW. And Joe, I then want you to chime in because you're kind of in my same wheelhouse with this. So after I have the full conversation with everything, then I'll obviously throw it to Joe. I'm responding to I Am Jericho calling me out about hashtag AEW. That's what I just put on my Twitter. So here's the deal. I have consistently stated that I am worried about All Elite Wrestling. I am not worried about All Elite Wrestling because I want it to fail. I don't want it to fail. I would love nothing more than to have the type of competition that we had that brought wrestling at its highest peak of ratings, viewers, and ultimate, I guess you could say, popularity into pop culture. You know, Super Bowl ads, halftime heat, which we finally got again this year, but hadn't had since then. Super Bowl ads are really expensive, and WWE was like, it makes sense to spend the money on this ad and go over even farther. The Attitude Era, NWO, DX, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Goldberg, the cruiserweights that blew away everyone on WCW. Jericho himself getting pissed off at a company that was not using him right to go to a different company that made him one of the biggest stars in the world that he capitalized on amazingly well. I'm not trying to say Jericho is not a top guy, and that's where this kind of went, was because someone asked me what I was feeling, and I straight up said, I said, look, the top guys are all executive vice presidents. Kenny was announced as an executive vice president at the Double or Nothing rally. You know, Matt and Nick Jackson are running booking, executive vice presidents. Cody, executive vice president. Khan, Shad Khan is the father. Tony Khan, if I'm not mistaken, is the son. He's head of creative. Okay.
And then Brandy Rhodes has a position.
That's not anything the chief brand officer. That's your marketing stuff. You'd have nothing to do with what's going on in that ring. Those 5 people do. Jericho, I'm not trying to say you're not a top guy, because 100% I feel the signing of Chris Jericho to AEW is bigger than even Omega signing. I'm sorry, Jericho has a much broader name. All right, spending the money that they did was one of the smartest things AEW could have done. All right. Now, after that, the problem is, just like WCW ended with the inmates running the asylum, just like TNA started with Jeff Jarrett, the owner, running it and putting himself over, okay? There's a reason Jeff Jarrett is the fucking NWA champion 7 times, if I'm not mistaken. And it's because he kept giving himself the belt, all right? Now, again, I am not saying that this is going to happen. I don't think that Cody, the Bucks, Kenny are going to blow their wad and just put themselves over like crazy. But the only thing that I have to see from Cody and the Bucks putting together a show is All In. And at All In, the only person of the elite that lost is the person that's not in AEW. And that is Marty Scurll. Omega went over. Cody went over. The Bucks went over. Paige went over. I'm okay. I fully agree Cody should have went over. That was a great storyline. You know, Cody himself needed to be the NWA champion to follow in his father's footsteps.
And also brought some relevance back to that title.
Now, that being said, Omega I could also see going over because it made sense with the Jericho storyline, Jericho attacking him afterwards. I don't think the Bucks should have went over. They were going up against the greatest babyface of all time in pro wrestling history, Rey Mysterio. There's no reason Rey Mysterio can't go over and then them have a handshake or a hug or something after, showing solidarity, then keeping everyone in the ring for the conversation that happens after. You know, but again, Paige went over, Bucks went over, Omega went over, Cody went over. As far as I'm looking at this as a honest, 100% unbiased opinion, I can hope that they become the greatest wrestling company in the next couple years. I can hope that they give the McMahons the run for their money that they deserve. But it's starting like WCW ended and TNA began. And my problem is, if AEW, again, not saying they will do this, but if they go the way of putting themselves over a lot in the beginning, it's going to turn a lot of people off really quick, because it's going to be just like everything we've ever seen before and hurt it. Now, that's all I'm saying. I do not think that they're dumb enough to do that, but it does not change the fact that I have concerns regarding it, because I'm supposed to have concerns. Guys, we're fans of professional wrestling. We want this sport to explode, right? We want this sport to be popular again. We want this sport to be exactly where it is, where it was in 99, 2000, 2001, with the highlight of professional wrestling. But the way I'm looking at this now, off of the back of everything that I had, is I'm just looking at this going, these guys have already put themselves over in situations where they didn't need to go over. Are they going to do this again? Maybe they learned. Maybe they didn't. Joe, what are your thoughts on this?
On what? I mean, AEW as a whole, or
Yeah,
as what you're talking about with the inmates running the asylum?
Yeah, all of it.
I'm not as concerned about the inmates running the asylum aspect as you are. I do have some things that I'm not particularly hyped up about AEW.
Like?
Well, these press conferences, to me, they're not. I mean, I know wrestling in general, the whole business is just supposed to be a job of hyping up the next event and selling tickets and or views or buys to the next event or whatever it may be. It is, the whole idea of the business is to be a hype machine. That being said, though, they make these press conferences out to be like, I don't know, like almost these like national events and like larger than life events, and it's like, come on, dude, it's just a press conference. Relax. Like they make these things out to almost be like the fucking pay-per-views themselves. They hype them up so much, and it's like, all right, man, just calm down. It's just a press conference. I get that it's maybe a little bit more than that because it's also a vehicle, a platform for them to push forward a little bit of storyline, a little bit of angle going into Double or Nothing, you know, because they don't have a TV show on a weekly basis to do that yet. So they kind of do use these press conferences as platforms to move storyline ahead a little bit, but still, it's still just a press conference. It's not a freaking event in itself, okay? And, like, I mean, there's the last press conference. I mean, we could go through and do, like, pros and cons from it if you wanted to, because I think there's plenty of both. But some of the recent signees, like, and I'll just get right into it, and I'm not trying to be anti like LGBT T or whatever, anti or homophobic or anything like that, but like they sign Sonny Kiss, who I think I've heard of. Maybe he was on Lucha Underground.
He was on Lucha Underground. He's
but I don't think
he's one of those openly gay guys.
Yeah.
And just plays that to his character.
And then they sign transgender, who's going to be, I guess, in the women's division, Nyla Rose. Okay, that's fine. I have nothing against like signing a gay and or transgender person, but like, okay, Nyla Rose, for example, I've never even heard of this person ever.
Nor have I. I
Like, and I mean, come on.
I do a little bit of research. I know about Sonny Kiss though.
Clearly, she or Nyla is not.
Sorry, I'll put it as a it.
Clearly not the most, like, okay, in my opinion, in this business or in any business for that, you're looking for the best person for the job. In wrestling, that would be your top, you know, who's the most over out there? Who's getting talked about the most?
That's because Priscilla Kelly need to be getting signed to AEW.
Who's got the most, you know, social media?
Got some buzz around them.
How long have we been doing this show, Mikey?
Almost 3 years now.
Have we ever once mentioned the name Nyla Rose? Ever?
No.
But
okay,
I've never even read about her in any of the wrestling news sources. I've never heard the name until the press conference. So what I'm saying is they are not signing these diverse wrestlers out there because they are the best wrestlers. They are signing diverse wrestlers to be diverse.
Yeah, for the attention.
And it's just a PR move. It's something to make them shine positively in that light. And I just do.
I disagree with the Sonny Kiss thing because Sonny Kiss is actually a really good in-ring worker.
Okay, like I said, I don't know. I don't know. But like as far as Nyla, I've never heard of this person ever.
So I agree with you
That
on the
means,
Nyla Rose thing.
And if we've never heard of her, we are a wrestling podcast. We bring wrestling news every week for years now.
And we have an indie wrestler
We
on our
have
show.
our finger on the pulse. How well known, how much waves is this person making in the industry, especially for being a transgender person? Wouldn't, if they were any type of over whatsoever, making any type of waves in the industry, wouldn't we have noticed them, especially being transgender? We've never heard of this person ever. That's just hiring someone to hire someone, dude.
No, I feel like the transgender,
I don't-
transgender whatever was
It's trying
shock
too
value.
hard.
Yeah, you're going to chance to be, like I said, to be diverse. So you're hiring a diverse person to be diverse.
She's in Warriors of Wrestling, Nyla
Wow.
Rose. Yeah.
Wow.
It says Nyla Rose.
Warriors
versus,
of Wrestling or women?
Warriors of Wrestling. Cage match.
Not WoW, because that's women wrestling.
Yeah, WoW's like back now. It's on the Access channel.
Yeah, it's on Access. And,
It's after New Japan.
I love Dagger. I want them to sign her.
Okay, so let's go.
That's just one example
I
of
understand.
the most recent press conference.
Okay, and so where it's like someone comes out. Now, look, I'm going to 100% go with the whole if you're signing someone, just because we don't know them doesn't mean they're not good. Okay? Now,
Good does not mean over, though. And there's a
But also AEW's.
hold on, Smitty. If you're signing, you're not signing everyone to be a top person.
you have to be signing people that have the chance or are to get over or already are over.
Okay, so you're saying that she won't have the chance to get over?
Oh, she'll have a chance to get over, but she's definitely not over.
You kind of killed your point there, Joe. That was like part of AEW is you're going to have a chance to build new people and build new stars within this company. That you don't have to be a star already to be there. Some like it's just like guys that you don't know about sign up with the Performance Center. Yeah, we know WWE at this point is scooping up any and every name they can get their hands onto. But what if AEW signing this unknown is like, okay, this is our chance to make a star out of nobody.
To me, if I'm trying to start a new company, I want to hire the best out there, the best that I can get my hands on.
I can see it, I understand that, but you still want to build your own original stars too.
Right, but
for your
at
brand.
At the same time, though, name me someone that you feel they should have that they don't, that is able to go there. Because you got to remember.
Oh God, I don't. There's thousands of names out there. They could have Orlando Christopher.
Okay, I love Orlando, right?
Priscilla Kelly.
Okay, Priscilla Kelly. That's one. She's not signed anywhere?
Nope.
Not at all.
She's not signed. She's 100% indie right now.
All right. So they have.
Jesse said Ellsworth.
Ellsworth. She's like Ellsworth. C16, his new T-shirt.
So here's who they have: Jericho, Christopher Daniels, Chuck Taylor, right? Shima.
Shima,
All right.
Chinese or
The Chinese guy.
Yeah.
I think he's a Japanese guy, but he's with the Chinese
He's
promotion.
with Oriental Wrestling.
Yeah, Oriental.
Yeah. Cody, Frank Kazarian, Hangman Adam Page, Jimmy Havoc, Joey Janela, Jungle Boy, Kenny Omega, Matt Jackson, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, Nick Jackson, Pac, Penta L0M, Ray Phoenix, Sammy Guerra, Scorpio Sky, Sonny Kiss, Trent Beretta. That's their male roster right now. Okay, females: Aja Kong, Brandy Rhodes, Britt Baker, Kylie Ray, Nyla Rose, Penelope Ford, Yuka Sakazaki. All right, you know every one of those names except Nyla Ford.
Sakazaki, not really, because I'm not familiar with the Chinese promotion that they're working with.
Say those names again.
Aja Kong, Brandy Rhodes, Britt Baker, Kylie Ray, Nyla Rose, Penelope Ford, Yuka Sakazaki.
Only know 4. 4 out of 6.
I don't know what was a Yuka.
Yuka Sakazaki.
Don't know that one.
And the first one.
And I never heard of the Nyla Rose
So
until
three.
until this.
So there's 3 of them I don't know about.
You don't know who Aja Kong is?
Well, the name sounds familiar.
She's
but-
that
She
big
was in
Oriental
TNA.
woman with the she's painted
Yeah.
face, right? Yeah.
Okay, no, okay.
I've seen her before.
Now,
She's
okay.
got the big, like,
See the heavier set
The
girl?
hair.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, she's got like spiky hair,
She's spiky hair,
painted
heavier set
face,
girl.
bigger
So,
girl.
Okay,
I've seen.
Now let's
Yes,
go.
I
know
Let's
she
let's
is.
talk TNA.
Wow.
All right, we'll go back to TNA. AJ
that
Styles is a TNA
Original.
right? Did
yeah, I
you?
guess. I mean,
Him, Joe.
he had cups of coffee other places before.
Okay,
but
which-
that's
so-
where he
but-
made his name in TNA.
Okay, did
He
you
was a
know
mid-run
AJ
guy.
Styles? Did you know AJ Styles before TNA signed him?
I didn't know.
I'm talking to Joe.
I didn't know shit about TNA until the second I tuned in about it.
Okay, so
The only thing I knew about TNA was Jarrett was there.
all right, but okay, so then when they have these people coming out, you didn't know some of these names.
Right.
James Storm.
So, and that's
Bobby
the
Roode.
only thing I'm saying right now is I understand that you might not know some of these names currently, but it's not saying that come 10 years down the line, they're not going to be some of the biggest names in pro wrestling. Because even when you're starting a company, you need your names right off the bat, and then you need the people that you can build up for the long term. So that would be some people that you don't know off the top of your head.
The James Storms, the Bobby Roodes. Like, before TNA, I did not know who those guys were.
Yeah, but I think if we had our fingers to the pulse like we do now, our ears to the ground, whatever, the technology that we had, the internet, and all of the different sources for information that we have now, we would have heard of those guys back then.
I'm gonna say maybe, but I'm also gonna say that it's very possible that TNA
The
Jarrett may
whole
have signed people
landscape-
directly out of training.
The whole
just have people
landscape
straight out
was
ROH.
different back then too, though. Like, indies are thriving now. Indies are hot. There's a lot of wrestlers that are making really big names for themselves as far as the indie scene is concerned. That scene wasn't like that back in like the inception of TNA. You know, it's a
arguing
whole
that.
different landscape.
But what I'm saying
Because
is,
TNA pretty much robbed ROH of a lot of talent when Jarrett was taking over, when Jarrett was in charge of it.
and it's very possible that they also signed people directly out of a training, not names training, not like an ROH training. There may have been small schools that they found people in that they may have just saw, or to some indie. Dude, there's times that they have gone
Like Punk.
That the elite have gone to all these other wrestling promotions to, help out Joey Ryan and stuff like
They're
that.
scouting.
Yeah, but
I know that.
But what I'm saying is when they go in there and they're fight, there's people that I've seen them face off with that I'm like, I don't know that person.
Is it one person I think that AEW is going to get their hands on too as soon as her contract is like, as soon as her contract, all the details of her contract are done? I think you're going to see Evilise in AEW.
See, that's the problem with a lot of these. That's why they're
The Lucha
not.
Underground stuff.
Some of these people have like
What's up, broadcast?
lifetime contracts with Lucha Under. There's some.
No, the Lucha Underground contract.
That's why like Joey Ryan can't sign with AEW because he's got like contract issues
The contract
with
issues. I can break that down
with
actually.
Lucha Underground.
So the contract
Okay,
issue with Lucha
hold on.
Underground-
We're going away from the points. This is not okay. Your concern, Joe, is they're signing people just to sign them without having.
That's just-
and that's
yeah.
fine, and that's fine. But my counterpoint to that
They did the
is
same thing.
no. My counterpoint to that is you have to have people that you're going to build in the long run just as much as you have people to have their names to put them there now. You have to be set up for a much longer. If you really want to do, you have 5 years, right? That's what the Bucks are signed for.
Yeah,
that's what
it's a
Cody
5-year
signed
deal.
for. It's a 5-year deal. That's so in 5 years you have to make your company good enough to keep that contract going. That's what they're trying to do, and you can't just do that with. Come on. One of the things that I laughed about was someone responded to me saying that Jericho's a part-timer, and Jericho commented back, "Is I'm not a fucking part-timer." And my thought process is, are you going to be on their week fucking show? Do you know what a part-timer is? Someone that's there, that's not there every other week the most. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
the John Cena right now, or
Right,
Brock
someone
Lesnar.
that shows up once every 2 months.
Once or twice
And-
every couple months.
And
yeah.
I'm not saying Jericho's going to do that, but that's how it seems it's going to be. Because if their TV deal kicks in on October, like any normal timeline should say, got this event fucking in May, something else a little bit later. TV deals all start in October,
And
right?
also-
That's all the beginning of seasons of television. Yeah. And if they get on TNT or CW or USA or anything, right? That means that their fucking shit is not going to be starting until October. Well, in October, Jericho's going to be in the high point of getting together Jericho Cruise 2, which is going off in January. So
There's also a tour with Fozzy. Probably.
there are 2 events, Double or Nothing and whatever the hell else they got going on in Jacksonville. That's all that's announced. Nothing's been announced for a TV deal. So my personal opinion is you're kind of part-timer there, Jericho. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I don't even think it's a bad thing. Brock is a part-timer. He's a name. He's when you come in, he's the biggest thing. My problem is Brock is your champion. That's it. Not that he shows up every
That's a
couple
lot
months,
of people's problem.
and that's fine. Not that he shows up every month because he's a name attraction. So is fucking Jericho.
Well, to that point, though, going back to what you were initially asking, are these guys going to end up pulling, the same thing WCW did and TNA when they first started? I think they will, but I think that if they approach it differently, because, like you said, the first 2 events are pay-per-views. There's no TV shows. There's no weekly anything up until October. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to draw these new fans maybe that are only accustomed to WWE and, they're getting this train of AEW going, they're going to want to see those guys go over. They're not going to want to see Jericho lose.
I think they have actually like 3 or 4 events booked.
But then once those TV deals kick in, then you might start to see like these other guys and girls come up and start making a name for themselves and not really go over and, the way you were
what
talking
other
about.
events does AEW have booked?
The 2 you mentioned, they got the sequel to All In.
That's Double or Nothing.
All Out?
No, it's All Out in September. And then I think there's another one that's...
As far as Wikipedia stating, 2 events are booked. Double or Nothing, May 25th, to be announced, Jacksonville, Florida. When? To be announced at whatever venues to be announced.
There's supposed to be an All Out in September.
That's what I'm assuming the Jacksonville one is.
Maybe. Because they're talking about possibly another one that might not even be in the States.
I saw one at TBA in Chicago.
Right, but again, that's all rumor and hearsay. There's nothing actually booked. The only thing that they've fully announced is Double or Nothing and whatever's happening in Jacksonville.
Which is probably All Out.
Right,
whatever.
and that's what I said. So, again, all I'm stating, and those are my problems with it. Now let's go into AEW and what they've done this week that is amazing. So AEW put on their pre-sale for their tickets the other day, and those pre-sale tickets sold out in 6 minutes. You had an option of purchasing up to 6 tickets. In 30 minutes, that fucking pre-sale sold out, right? Great. Awesome. Then the rest of the tickets went on sale today, and those sold out in 4 minutes. Now, a lot of people are going, oh my God, AEW sold out the fucking show in 4 minutes. No. AEW sold out that show in 35 minutes. Okay? Let's not... The sale today was for the tickets that weren't purchased
Pre-sale.
for the pre-sale. All right? They didn't have a pre-sale last time. They just put tickets on sale, and it exploded. Right? And it sold out in 29 minutes. Look, it's still awesome that they sold out. I'm not trying to knock it or anything, but to the people that are going, oh my God, they sold out in 4 minutes. They didn't. They sold out the rest of their tickets in 4 minutes. Let's be honest here. Let's be unbiased. Again, we have to be honest with this. But what's cool is what Cody tweeted out. And this is stuff that I'm enamored by and stuff that's 100%, I'm not trying to knock it at all. Tickets purchased from all 50 states domestically, plus Puerto Rico and D.C. 9 countries: Canada, the United Kingdom, Mexico, Australia, Costa Rica, Finland, Germany, Panama, Austria.
Nothing in Japan either?
Huh?
None in Japan, no sales in Japan?
No, nothing in Japan. First same-day sellout for a pro wrestling event in Vegas ever. I'm not even going to knock that comment because the 30 minutes for the pre-sale, 4 minutes for today, that would, even if they put it all on the fucking line in one day, it still sold out in 34 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So that's amazing. That's spec-fucking-tacular. All of that shit is wonderful, and it shows that they are hitting to an audience that has been feeling forgotten, that is feeling like they can't find their product where they want, close to them. Because the only main thing where there's putting out major things is ROH, and what kind of TV deal do they have?
They have
just syndicated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
syndicated. Yeah.
Okay, so I looked. Wrestle Talk is reporting. Okay, so May 25th is Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
June supposed to be it says unspecified show somewhere in the States. July, unspecified show in Jacksonville. August, there's supposed to be a show in Royal Albert Hall in England. September is All Out. They speculate that could be in Chicago again. And then after that, October is when TV starts. So those are the shows that are supposed to be planned for 2019 so far.
Okay. Now, again, that's speculation and rumors because the only two things that are announced is the Jacksonville to be determined and Double or Nothing.
I think the All Out show has been announced, though.
Yeah, all out of September.
When was that announced?
Z was chiming in on the group chat. He said all out is in September.
I don't know when, but that's what Wrestle Talk is reporting also. That's what...
All right. I mean,
Hey, look, I'm just going from what he just said and what Z put in the chat at this point.
yeah, that's fine. But if you're going off of
He said he's off.
everything they've...
Well, look, he's got a page in front of him, and Z just kind of put that in like the chat like 5-10 minutes ago. So, and like I was about to look it up too. So, the AEW schedule.
So let's go to their... This is their Twitter that they put everything out on, all right?
Okay.
Brandy Rhodes, retweeting something from Brandy Rhodes. As we look ahead to Las Vegas, let's take this opportunity to make it clear that AEW is totally inclusive. We fully support and celebrate all of our athletes and all of our fans, regardless of their sexual orientation, race, gender, religion, or ethnicity, period. A safe, inclusive, respectful, and very cool environment will be essential to anything we do at AEW. Be who you are, come as you are, because we're going to come together as a community and change the world.
I love that motto for some reason.
Huh?
I love that whole change the world model still.
Change the universe.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. As, again, all of this stuff is speculation because they have not announced.
Nothing's official.
Nothing else is official. So then we're just going to have to go with that. Nothing's official. The only two things that are official are the Jacksonville whenever and Double or Nothing. All right.
Yeah, it's the page I just looked up. It said September is speculation. September, that all out is going to be September.
And until they announce something, we don't know it. Now, Double or Nothing. Let's talk about this card. 5 matches announced, right? Adam Page versus Pac, known as Neville to those for the WWE fans. SoCal Uncensored, Frankie Kazarian, Scorpio Sky, and Christopher Daniels are taking on Shima and... It's Shima? Right.
Shima.
And 2 other wrestlers from Oriental Wrestling Entertainment. Is that it? OWE?
OWE.
Yes.
Yeah. Of them.
The Chinese promotion.
Yeah. For them to be announced. Omega versus Jericho. Britt Baker versus Nyla Rose versus Kylie Ray. And Cody versus someone to be announced.
Didn't they announce the Lucha Brothers versus the Bucks as well?
That is
Yes.
not... When was that announced?
At the press conference, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Well, that
They got
was
to a
it.
brawl.
The Lucha
They
Brothers.
got into a brawl, but they haven't... I mean, it's as far as what's been announced, just those 5 matches.
Okay.
Yes, I agree with you. It's 100% more than likely going to happen, but nothing's been official. But yes, you're right. The Lucha Brothers should be taking on them.
And I believe that's one match that, like, when you talked about how at All In, most of the elite went over.
Mm-hmm.
The Lucha Brothers are one of the hottest acts in professional wrestling right now. If they don't go over at Double or Nothing, I would bend knee and agree with you with them going to WCW, like WCW route. When you say early TNA route, I didn't agree with that because, like, when Jeff Jarrett was champion, they gave the company time to build other stars. Like I say, they gave you time to build guys like the Bobby Roode. You got time to build guys like the Eric Youngs. You got time to build guys like the AJ Styles and the Samoa Joes within TNA. There was even though some of these guys were known in ROH, they were still kind of mostly mid-card besides Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you going to make that judgment after one pay-per-view that they're going to be going that route, or are you going to wait and see?
No, at this point, it'd be 2 pay-per-views. I mean, making that judgment. Because like to a certain degree, he was right about All In.
Yeah.
All In, like he said, the only elite member that lost was Marty Scurll, and he's the only person that's not a member of the of AEW at this point. And Marty Scurll went over to he took a fall to Okada, who Okada is probably was once again one of the hottest acts in professional wrestling at the time. I think Okada still got some momentum behind him, but it's not as much as it was when he beat Marty at All In. But he's right about that part. But the elite did put themselves over in their first thing, but it's kind of expected when it's your first.
Yeah.
When your second, some of you guys got to start taking some L's.
Yeah.
The Bucks losing to the Lucha Brothers it only does nothing but advances them. And they're one of the hottest acts as singles and a tag team. I've been watching Impact lately. Literally because of the Lucha Brothers and people like Kiera Hogan, and there's a lot of stuff that I'm not going to go off into about that.
Right. Keep it, because you're going to keep it on a regular cast.
Yep. But just like Lucha Brothers, like their sign is a big thing, and them going over on the Bucks at Double or Nothing would be a big for the company and the Lucha Brothers. Pac going over on Page. The controversy around Pac and him just leaving WWE, and this is probably the biggest thing he's done since. Pac going over on Page makes sense, but also Page's biggest issue before AEW is the fact that he's not had a really successful. He's had a decent but not a successful singles run.
To the point where when they were talking about bringing him into WWE, they were like, all right, Cody, Omega, and the Bucks, you guys are going to run the main roster. Paige, we want you down at NXT running that.
Yeah, but see, Paige going over on Pac, it could make sense, but Pac going over on Paige also makes sense.
Right.
That's one of those toss-up things. But say Paige and Pac has been announced. Omega Jericho, this is Omega Jericho 2 or 3?
This is Omega Jericho 2.
Okay.
They've only had the one match.
We'll say, once again, that's another toss-up. Like, King is literally the hottest thing in professional wrestling outside of WWE. Him going over still makes sense, but Jericho's also Jericho's your biggest star in the company. Once again, there's another 50-50.
I agree that Jericho's the biggest star in that company right now.
So there's a lot of 50-50 flips on this Double or Nothing card. But there's certain things I feel like the Bucks and Lucha Brothers, which he says not official, but we all see this coming. It's one of those things we know it's coming, but there's certain things. Okay, this Chinese promotion versus SoCal Uncensored. That's one of the things I'm not sure about yet. Because SoCal Uncensored, we know them. We know they're all great competitors. We know they're a great stable. We don't know anything about these Chinese guys, really.
I think the Chinese team would have to win that.
Yeah, to give them some sort of
credibility
validation for being in there.
Yeah, it was give you some validation, but also that triple threat women's match. Mm-hmm. That's another thing. We know who Britt Baker is. We know. We don't know anything about this trans person. And who's the third person in this one?
Kylie Ray.
Oh, Kylie Ray. Okay, Kylie Ray. I know Kylie Ray. So that's another one. It's a toss-up. Whoever takes that one, it betters the company. It betters that person.
Yeah.
So the All or Nothing card is literally one of those things.
Double or Nothing.
Double or Nothing. Yeah. Double or Nothing. It's a card that's whatever's been announced so far. What's in speculation to come in. It's too much question marks there to pass judgment about where AEW is going.
Okay, let's go back to the Wrestle Talk comment, and it was looked up. Doc from the Detroit Sports Podcast commented. He goes, Wrestle Talk said it was a source close to AEW that gave them the tentative schedule, and it is subject to change. So the June, July, August, September stuff.
So the summer, fall.
Yeah. So that being said, AEW has done things that haven't been done in a long time. They have crossed some milestones, and I will fully say,
I'm trans.
And no, that's yes. But what I'm really getting at is this sellout is going to give them a major leg up in any type of TV contract negotiations. You just sold out twice now. Let's be very honest, because
in less than 24 hours.
All in literally was the pilot episode for AEW. right? Just like any type of show that you watch, the first episode you watch is something that someone made, showed to a fucking buyer, and the buyer said, I'm taking it, and we're going to put this on completely. So All In was that pilot episode. Double or Nothing is episode 2. Their first 2 episodes, shows sold out in
less than 24 hours.
No, less than an hour and a half.
I just try to be generous.
And that's way more generous. They sold out less than 34 minutes and 29 minutes. All right? That's literally an hour and 3 minutes it took you to sell out. 15,000 seats is this one?
15,000 seats. This one. The
And
last one was
11,000. So we're talking about 2 major areas to sell out. Boom.
But also the MGM Grand is like, it's a huge revenue because like lots of huge boxing matches go on over there, and it's a big fight venue. The MGM Grand in Vegas.
It's got some history to it.
It's got history to it,
Yeah.
and it's like I say, I'm not saying big like space wise venue, but it's a big
Name-wise.
venue. Yeah, name wise venue.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
To have something.
So they did that. So now they can go into any TV contract and say, look, we're going to sell out shows. If we do this on a weekly basis, one show every week, like if they do that Tuesday Night Dynamite, which again, if everything pan out and we're talking October is when WWE is moving SmackDown to fucking Friday on Fox. So
They can
Tuesday
move
is
it
open.
Thursday.
You know, Tuesday's open. You said what?
Maybe they moved. They put.
Well,
it
they have
Thursday.
Tuesday Night Dynamite as a trademark, so
Oh,
it's more than
no,
likely
no, no.
going to be Tuesday. So that makes sense. Now, that just puts them into a contract negotiation that where I feel like anything that the other end was worried about, whether it be TNT, any USA, whatever, CW, you don't have to worry about it anymore. And I'll be very honest. A couple of people are talking about TNT on the chat right now. I would love to see CW. CW is a network that you don't need a cable box for.
And also the thing about CW is, this goes back to the whole them signing the trans and the gay. CW, if you watch a lot of their network programming,
Trans and the gay.
The gay.
So no, with a lot of their programming they do, they are very pro LGBTQ.
Yeah.
With a lot of their programming, so they will fit perfectly in there with a lot of their signings. They have openly gay person, they have openly trans person, and I'm pretty sure one of those girls is probably eats a little bit of pussy. So
Stay tuned for an all-new Jane the Virgin.
Not anymore.
like I think just like some of the controversial signings they made. I'm putting controversial in air quotes because, whatever. They're everywhere.
Doc from Detroit Sports Podcast says CW is the corny drama show channel. But let's not forget, SmackDown started on UPN,
Which became CW.
which when it started off was boom. It was nothing. UPN wasn't anything major back then.
UPN, oh my God.
Yes,
UPN
Universal Paramount Network.
So yeah, UPN is what broke niggas used to watch because they couldn't watch. They didn't have cable.
Man, that is not a joke. Steve Harvey show, all that stuff. It was
It was a broke nigga network. I'm gonna say what it was because I used to watch UPN.
It was the Urban People Network. Okay, let's just be honest. That's what they used to call it. Say UPN was Urban.
I know
People
because they couldn't say
Network.
broke niggas on national television.
And it didn't work with their UPN anagram. So, next bit of news is something that's kind of big and literally plays right into AEW. The conversation about Dean Ambrose leaving WWE. He cut a promo this week where he chose to go.
He broke character.
No. He cut the promo he cut this week was supposed to put him in a face spotlight. He was supposed to say way more. All he said was "Slay the Beast" to Rollins, and then walked out of the ring. Apparently, it was supposed to be conversation, according to our holy Lord and Savior Meltzer. He was supposed to talk about stuff about Shield, Roman Reigns, way more promo into that, and all he said was "Slay the Beast." So they're trying to put him into a face situation now. Got the win, hasn't had a win in a couple weeks since this conversation of him leaving. But if he leaves, every conversation piece about this says that his contract does not have a no-compete clause, which means if he leaves after WrestleMania, it's very possible that you see Dean Ambrose, if he takes his break, can show up in AEW. And dude, that's a great break. April 7th to May 25th, that's a month and a half.
Yeah.
He could be the person that Cody was teasing on the phone.
He could be that, or he could just make a surprise appearance and just beat the hell out of somebody as John Moxley.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you this right now. There is no fucking way that if Dean Ambrose signs to fucking AEW, will it be a surprise appearance? That is a name.
I'm gonna tell you right now, because like, unlike WWE, some people can try, like some of these smaller promotions, AEW still can, even though they have all these big names, they're still a smaller promotion compared to WWE. There's a way you can keep John Moxley.
Yeah, no shit.
They can still keep a name like John Moxley under wraps. He doesn't have to get under. He can go back to his original name.
I'm not saying they can't keep him under wraps. I'm saying it would be dumb to keep him under wraps.
Now, I think it gives you a reason to say, like him as a surprise person to come show up at Double or Nothing. It does more.
Now, let me ask you this. You said John Moxley.
Yeah.
That's his name. He went in the Indies before that.
Yeah.
Joe, let's go to you. Does he go to John Moxley, or could you see him maybe being Dean Moxley or John Ambrose, something like that, to where he's still keeping a part of his WWE name as he could just go on as Ambrose because his name is Dean Ambrose in there.
I don't think that would be allowed.
Why not?
Because I think
WWE probably has the rights to that name.
yeah,
Ambrose, a single name. No, they have
Oh,
Dean
not
Ambrose.
single, but
They have Dean Ambrose trademark. Now, it's not like they're doing with fucking Tucker and Otis for Heavy Machinery where they're taking away their last names.
bullshit. I hate when they do that.
I'll be very honest, man. I would love to see him come in as Ambrose or straight up Ambrose or even John Ambrose because that keeps John Moxley but keeps Ambrose because his name, look, yes, John Moxley was this made over fucking hardcore badass
CZW.
fucking wrestler. Broadcast says he can take Ambrose. Huge hardcore wrestler. When he came back from injury, we all were like, holy fuck, he's wrestling a technical style and it looks good. He can combine both now. He could be John Ambrose or just Ambrose. If he goes to, would it be a smarter thing to keep the Ambrose monogram or even Dean? Or do you think he goes back to John Moxley?
I think he ditches any trace of a WWE name.
Really? Why?
Neville did it.
He wants out of there for a reason. I think he just washes his hands with it. Starts anew or goes back to his old self.
And you know what?
That's what Pac did.
Pac's different, though. Pac's name was Neville. You can't take Neville.
Originally, it was Adrian Neville.
Okay, but they made it Neville. So trademark was Neville. So he went back to the name that started him in the Indies.
So technically, he could have went and been Adrian Pac or something. He didn't do that.
Could have.
I would have said yes to that, but when the Adrian was dropped, no one called him Adrian Neville anymore. Just like no one's saying Biggie Langston or Antonio Cesaro. They're saying Cesaro.
Or
Big E.
Kofi Kingston is just Kofi now.
No, it's Kofi Kingston.
Oh, what was I thinking of? Not Kofi. Andrade Cien Almas. He's just Andrade now.
And in time, it might just be Andrade because we still call him Almas.
It's still Andrade. It's just Andrade now.
But what I'm saying is how people refer to them,
Or Apollo.
right? So you say Broadcast says they think he'll do John Moxley as well. What do you think, Smitty? What do you think he does?
I think that you go back to just being John Moxley.
Yeah.
Because that was the name that made him and got his WWE's eyes on him.
Okay. Nick, did you know John Moxley or do you know Dean Ambrose?
I know Dean Ambrose.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're more the casual fan, right?
Up until recently.
Yeah, because obviously being a part of the podcast and stuff like that. So we'll go with a year ago.
Yeah.
Right? You're definitely more the casual fan. Watch when you could watch, new stuff and everything like that.
Well, I would still watch, Raw every week, SmackDown, all the pay-per-views, but I wasn't into the other promotions as much as I am getting now, for sure.
So obviously that's the name that you know.
Yep.
I think the smart money is to go as Ambrose, man, or John Ambrose.
Well, and to your point about whether or not you bring him out as a surprise or you announce him before, I think both ideas are good, but I think you announce him before because, yes, the show's sold out. No one else is going to get in. But, man, fucking people are going to be clamoring to get that pay-per-view if you've got Jericho and everybody else. Mm-hmm. And then you add Ambrose or Moxley or the Mox or whatever the fuck you want to call him.
Mox and a Fox.
Yeah. So you tell these people 2-3 weeks in advance, he's making an appearance. If I wasn't interested before, I am now.
So here's another thing. Like, you know that AEW fan base? Those are the smarks out there. Those are the pure smarks. So when if they hear the name John Moxley, you're going to get a pop no matter what, whether it's Ambrose.
Yeah, but what, are you trying to get the smarks? You're not trying to. You got the smarks.
You got the smarks.
So
but then,
why are you trying? Why would you do anything to get more smarks? You have the smarks. You're trying to get the casual fan. If you're trying to fuck with WWE, you need the casual fan because WWE has the casual fan. We as smarks can be pissed off about things WWE does, but it does not change the fact that the reason they still have any type of decent ratings is because of the casual fucking fan. You want the casual fan.
You want the casual fan, but you also want to introduce the casual fan to a new product and a new person.
Okay, yeah, but how do you get the casual fan to your new product? You bring in
You know
names
the
that people
face.
know. Jericho is a name that you've known from WWE. He owns his name because he came in with for WCW. Chris Jericho's not his real fucking name, but it's the name that people know.
I think I might be a little naive, but I think there's more casual fans than there are smarks for sure. I mean,
Going to AEW?
just period. Like if I walked up to Joe
yeah, for
Guy
sure.
and hey, you watch pro wrestling or anything? Oh yeah, I used to watch WWF back in the day. Oh, you ever heard of AEW or New Japan or what?
What did you say?
Yeah.
John. So pretty much Z just chimed in about Dean Ambrose's real name is Jonathan Good.
I can see that. Johnny B. Good.
Oh, please. No, because I love Chuck Berry, but I also hate Chuck Berry for what he did. Oh,
Is that a black thing?
No, Chuck Berry ran a barbecue place in Memphis. We had potty cams inside the women's bathrooms.
Well, that's cool.
Ooh,
Sometimes that's how you want. That's how you want to get off, dog.
That's Southern style.
Listen, no, but I love I love Chuck Berry because of what he did for rock and roll, what he did for black people in the industry. He broke barriers for rock and roll and black folk.
Barriers.
But god damn it,
Happy Black History Month, bitches.
that's all we wanted out of you, Smitty.
I know. Speaking of Black History, can we go on to SmackDown?
What's up?
Speaking of Black History, can we go on to SmackDown eventually?
No, we're going to talk about those matches as we go through this card.
Okay.
But the one thing we are going to talk about from this week's Raw and SmackDown is the huge news of Becky Lynch being removed, suspended again by, you can keep that open, it feels better, being suspended by Vince McMahon after apologizing to Triple H and Stephanie to get her spot back. She was then removed by Vince, and he gave it to Charlotte Flair. Joe, did you know this?
Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't
Yes,
watch it,
sorry.
but you were spoiled.
Because the internet blew it up.
Yeah, it's hard not to get spoiled on stuff these days.
Yeah, especially like that. Okay, well, I only asked because you said that you had only seen the first hour of Raw.
Yeah, but like I said,
Yeah,
spoilers.
right. And the only
All over the
there's
place.
there's two fucking things we're talking about. The biggest one being Becky. The next one is going to be the tag title match. So let's start off with this. Basically, what happens is Becky comes out, Triple H and Stephanie come out, and they say, "Hey, look, we apologize. We went a little bit too far. Sorry, we did not mean to do this. All you've seen your doctor. The only thing that we're asking of you, we're not telling you." Triple H specifically said, "We're not telling you. We're asking you. Apologize to us and have your match. That's all we want. We know that we went too far as well. We're sorry. Will you apologize back to us?" Becky, blah, blah, blah.
That went through the whole show, actually,
Yeah,
too.
I'm so sad. I can't believe I just saw Finn Balor telling her what to do, Alexa Bliss telling her what to do, Ronda Rousey coming through as a voice of reason, going, "Look, this is bigger than both of us. This is
Ice
bigger than-
Nadville, bitch.
You should apologize."
That was the best thing she ever done in a promo,
So
by
at the end
way.
of it, Becky comes out and she goes, "If the only thing that stopped me from being a part of this match are these two words, then I'll say it. I'm sorry." Triple H, "All right, good luck in your match." Shakes her hand. She shakes Stephanie's hand. She goes, "That's it?" And they go, "Yeah, good luck in your match." They walk out and she goes, "No, seriously, that's it." And as he's outside, Triple H, "Yeah, good luck in your match." Then she starts cutting a promo on Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey comes to the ring. They face off with each other in the center of the ring, and then all of a sudden,
No.
Vince comes out. Not his music or anything, because Lord knows they're on the last 30 seconds of fucking Raw that they got for on the USA Network. Vince goes, I don't care. You want to tell her she apologized to you? She apologized to me. You think you're bigger than the business. You're the man. I'm the man. And as a man, I'm going to suspend you 60 days. And that 60 days, blah, 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 5 days after WrestleMania. So we need a new WrestleMania main eventer. Someone that knows how the place runs, that goes with it the corporate way.
Stays in her lane.
And here we go. Charlotte Flair. Charlotte comes out and she stands out. Fucking boos out of the fucking world. Raw goes off the air. Charlotte comes out on Tuesday SmackDown, says, look, Becky picked me to replace her. She wasn't doing what she was supposed to do. Now the boss picked me to replace her, and I'm not going to leave no matter how angry you are. And fuck, goddamn, are people fucking angry about this?
She's like, shut your mouth.
Do you remember what I said about like the only way to get heat away from Ronda in this match is to add Charlotte?
Yeah?
This is all playing out.
Yeah, but I don't think you... okay.
That's what a triple threat's gonna happen.
Let's Nick, we'll start with you. How did you feel when you were watching Raw and that all fucking came about? The whole fucking angle.
Well, I was wondering how they were going to work in a triple threat match for WrestleMania, because I'm pretty convinced that it's going to be Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte.
I said it too.
So
I.
At one point I thought, okay, Becky's injured. They're going to play her injury off up until WrestleMania, and, they'll end up working Charlotte in there, Charlotte versus Ronda. But then they went and spun it this way, so I wasn't too surprised, to be honest.
I wanted your opinion, Mikey, real quick. It was like, you were the only one that said you didn't think it was going to be a triple threat.
I didn't say I didn't think it was going to be a triple threat. I said I didn't want a triple threat.
You have a good point. Yeah.
That's it. This becoming a triple threat, the way they did it, I fully agree. Any type of heat Ronda was getting is gone. Every last bit of it. She was the voice of reason to Becky on Raw. She straight up told her, look, this is bigger than both of us. We need this. Own it. Swallow your pride. Like, I want to face you. She posted on Instagram the screenshot of the poll. 82% people wanted to see Becky versus Ronda as the final match of WrestleMania over Seth versus Brock. She goes, this is what the people want. It's not Charlotte. So, yes, Becky is the ultimate face. She will always get the cheers. Charlotte just took every last bit of heat. Ronda is the person that will only get booed when she's fighting Becky, but cheered when she's your tweener in this match. I don't want this triple threat. I really don't. I get why there's a triple threat. But I feel like doing this, as good as it is for Becky, because you're making her the ultimate underdog, right?
You made an
underdog
in Austin.
That's
of this.
No, the ultimate.
Also of this feud. I'm not saying Austin of the women's division.
She went the Austin route when she cut her promos that everyone jumped behind before. Just like they jumped. He was supposed to be a heel cutting that Austin 3:16 promo. Let's be honest. He was ripping the Bible, ripping on Christianity. He said Austin 3:16 says, I just whipped your ass. Jake the Snake was supposed to be the good guy. People exploded with Austin 3:16.
I know. It was
unexpected, just like this Becky stuff is unexpected for WWE. That being said, I feel that Becky versus Ronda is the match that needs to happen. No Charlotte. The other problem with putting Charlotte in this is, where's your SmackDown Women's Champion?
Yes.
That's another
You
thing.
saw
That's one
a
thing
video package a week ago. You haven't seen her face on anything
for 2 weeks
since she tapped out Becky.
Yeah, for about 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
So how big of a win was it really? Because when we're all looking at it going, oh my God, she tapped out Becky. Why is Becky even remotely getting this? So because you booked it to have Asuka tap her out.
Didn't we say, or didn't I say that didn't make Asuka any stronger?
Right.
And you said it. You said you thought it kind of did.
And I said
it didn't. I didn't think it made her any stronger than pinning her, or a different type of finish. The way they followed it up, it didn't make her any stronger.
But also, that's why I said they need to start build. I also said they need to start building another female heel in SmackDown, because I saw this triple threat coming. I said they built Vega, and you said, and you actually said you were the one that said why build Vega as fodder. I'm like, well, she's the only person you could build as a legitimate threat to Asuka at this point. The fact that Carmella and Naomi are both faces, unless you're going to turn one of them.
Well, now look at all the focus is on the tag team championship, the women's tag. Asuka's just sitting there,
Right, there's no one to phase her.
Yeah.
See, I was kind of indifferent
that's
about.
why I said Vega.
I was kind of indifferent about. I was just kind of like accepting that it was going to be a triple threat, Charlotte, Ronda, and Becky, and that's what it was going to be. And I was kind of indifferent, like not disappointed about that one way or the other, whether it was going to be a triple threat or just a one-on-one, like Rousey versus Becky. But then, like, kind of after you broke it down last week or whatever it was, on why you would rather see it be one-on-one and rather see like Charlotte face Asuka.
Charlotte Asuka too.
I kind of have to agree with you on that. I would much rather see 2 one-on-one matches.
Because now let's go ahead and say that this triple threat happens, right? Who are you facing? Who's facing Asuka at Mania?
I don't know.
It's just like, we always talk about they always like Vince.
They bring someone
looks
up.
At, I said Vega. That's the only person you could build up at this point on SmackDown.
Lacey Evans, is she on Raw?
She's on Raw.
She's on Raw.
She's not on anything.
Oh,
She's not on anything yet.
Yeah.
Could be Lacey Evans.
But that's straight fodder at this point because like she would just be coming up.
Yeah, you'd have to shotgun something, hot shot something there.
Oh, like Nick just said something. Mandy, like they could shoot. No,
You know why I say no to that? Here's why I say no to that. Mandy and Sonya are winning.
I thought about that.
Do you know
thought
why
about that
Mandy
too.
and Sonya are winning? 1, Sonya just got on Total Divas. 2, Vince wants to push Mandy. Can you imagine putting Mandy on both shows?
so Mandy is Vince's prototype. Blonde hair, fake tits, dick sucking lips. That is Vince's prototype for a woman.
That's why I feel that they're easily going to win.
Trish 2.0.
So, I really think you're missing the boat with Asuka Charlotte here. Now, granted, look, they could easily somehow build something up real quick because I said last week.
You got 2 months.
I said last week you could. There's no fucking way you can make me give a shit about this tag title division, the tag team division on Raw. You couldn't make me care about the Revival again, even if you gave them the fucking belts. Lord fucking behold, that's what they did this week.
My thing is, I'm like I said last week as well. It depends on what you do after they win these titles. That is where my judgment goes with the tag team division and Raw. It depends on what you do after they win the
We'll
titles.
get into that in a second. So, are you, Joe? Are you okay with them pulling? Do you think this is a good move in their storyline, or do you think that it made making Becky apologize? You haven't seen it. I really would, because it really, hearing it is way different than watching it. Smitty, so I'm going to go to you then. Watching that, do you think that hurt Becky at all, apologizing or anything like that, about apologizing to Triple H and Stephanie to move on in for WrestleMania, her match?
No, because I think it's the way they executed it. They executed it to the point where it was like, you know what, this is the only, like, if this is all I got to do to stop you from, like, hindering me, I don't trust you, but this is all I got to do. I'm going to give it a shot. And you can see, like, Becky just going at both of them if they just like, yeah, you're still out. You can still see that happening. Mm-hmm. So the way they executed it, and what they was like, yeah, you're clear. And they walk out the ring, and she keeps questioning them. And this is the way they executed this whole thing. It made sense to a certain degree. The whole Vince thing, the Vince coming through thing was the plot twist that we all knew. Well, some of us kind of saw coming. Like we said was going to be some type of plot twist. We didn't expect it to be Vince. We expected it to be either Trips or Steph.
The way the last 2 weeks,
Yeah.
the last week had went. Yes, I agree with that.
You expected the plot twist to be from one of them. Mm-hmm. But it coming straight from Vince, this also builds Becky to be it's the Daniel Bryan story all over again to a certain degree.
See, having not seen that part of this week's Raw, let me just say this real quick. Everyone likes to make the comparisons between Becky and Stone Cold. She's the modern day female version of Stone Cold. Whether that's accurate or not, I don't know. I do know this, though. When Stone Cold was in his white hot run, he would have not tapped
apologized
out to anybody, like how Becky tapped out to Asuka, and he would have not apologized to anybody for anything.
Well, that goes to my theory. Like they're trying to combine like the recent like WrestleMania 30 run of Bryan with the white hot baby pops and the baby pop that Austin was getting when he got his initial run.
I will also say this, Joe. The tap, I fully agree with. The apology, though, I don't for this reason.
Like I said, I didn't see it.
I agree.
If you watch it, you would agree.
So when Triple H and Stephanie started the conversation at the beginning, you watched the beginning.
I saw right up until on Raw. I saw when Bobby Lashley and Leo Rush were coming out. Is where I had to leave to come here.
I kind of want that hoodie though.
Shut up.
Stop sidecasting.
So they said, you heard what they said. They were very, hey, we fucked up. We're not going to tell you to apologize, but we're asking that you apologize because we feel that's how we can go forward with giving you your match back. Because even though you went and saw a doctor, you went and saw your doctor, you did things your way, and that's fine. We'll accept that, but can you please just apologize to us because we're owning our side. We fucked up.
So our doctors agree with your doctors.
I saw their
so at the end
interaction
of it,
in the top of the show.
So when they came back in, and what they said was, they go, do you apologize? And she goes, well, if it's the only thing standing in my way, I apologize. They shook her hand. Triple H said, good luck on your match at WrestleMania. She said, is that it? As they're getting out of the ring, and Triple H said, yeah, good luck on your match at WrestleMania. Like there was no, in any way, shape, or form, they were saying like, look, you don't have to believe that we want you in this match, but we promise we do.
We want you because the people want you.
Yeah, we want to make this big. So they literally were walking out of the ring, had this, and then when Vince came out, they had this
first.
When Vince came out, they quickly shot in their faces, and they were just as surprised. So nothing about this seemed like they were setting her up. Therefore, all she was doing was owning up to where she fucked up to people that had mutual respect for her. Austin would never have apologized because McMahon never had mutual respect for him. Just like he doesn't have it for Becky after what he said, which when you see it, you'll see it. But that's why I'm okay with the apology, because it was a mutual respect apology. We fucked up, you fucked up, we're sorry, you're sorry, we're done. On our way. Have what you have. So I agree with you. Austin would never have apologized to McMahon, but it's because McMahon never truly... McMahon was trying to change Austin. They weren't trying to change Becky.
Okay.
I have one thing to say about the whole thing too as well. Hold up. I love the fact that this was a segment that lasted throughout an entire 3 hours.
I was just
and
about
it kept
to say
me invested. This thing that kept me invested within 3 hours of Raw, which is a hard thing to do.
No, I was just about to actually say that it's good to actually see them weave a storyline throughout the entirety of the show. They don't do that a lot. They used to do it all the time, but you rarely see that these days because they don't give fans the credit of having the intelligence enough to keep their attention that long.
They make weak-ass attempts at it by saying, oh, well, this guy interfered in that match early on, so now in 2 hours they're going to have a tag team match. That's as far as that goes.
Yeah, but this was the first time in a long time I've seen one story from the show go from hour one to hour
You're
3.
right about that. They
Yeah.
just don't do that anymore. They used to all the time, but they don't
Like
anymore.
honestly, and me as an old jaded fan, I was happy that this story, let's say the execution, everything about it was right.
I hated it.
No, I loved it because like I like when you,
I'm not saying
I didn't
you're
see
wrong.
it. I was just making a comment that it's actually nice to see them weave a storyline throughout the entirety of the show.
I'm not saying it's the best work they've done.
No. I'm telling you,
doing
I
it.
completely hated it, and I'll tell you why. I understand exactly where you're going, but outside of the Ronda Rousey thing, when she came out and talked to Becky, the whole thing was Becky sitting there going, well, I don't know. What should I do? I'm doubting myself.
Oh, no,
Since
no.
when has the man doubted herself?
Well, don't get me wrong. That part still pissed me off. I just like the whole concept of like you've taken this.
So you like the
one
concept,
story.
you didn't like the execution.
Execution. Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Besides the McMahon Becky part of the execution, like the McMahon family Becky part of the execution, everything else was kind of choppy. It's like you had Finn talk to her, you had Alexa Bliss talk to her, and the whole Finn talking to her led to something else that pissed me off with Raw too. So I'm like, that was
All right, so let's move on to the next thing. The tag team title match. There were 3 segments. They gave Bobby Roode and Chad Gable versus the Revival a 3-segment tag match. Okay,
Thank God.
which the Revival finally went over on. Not cheap pop, not a cheap way, no cheap win, no quick roll up. They hit their finisher. They got the pinfall on Chad Gable. The fans were chanting, "This is awesome," during this match. Nick,
We got NXT match on Raw.
Nick, how did you feel about this?
That was the best match of the night for sure. And I've said it before. Last couple weeks, at first, I wasn't really too keen on the Revival. I didn't know a lot about them. They were just kind of a couple of douchebags running around taking cheap shots, but they're a really good team. They work really good together. They have good in-ring skills. I like their personalities. I do think it's time for them to have the belts. I think it was a good call, and it was a really good match.
Smitty.
I'm glad the Revival won. Like I said last week, I want to see what they do after the win, how the direction this goes, and that's where I'll put my judgment on this.
I think they're going to keep the belts for a while.
They need to,
Yeah.
because like it's the only way to no pun intended, revive the Revival. Because like at this point, I feel like it's a little bit too little, too late to put the belts on them without having a legit run, and without them reviving the tag team division. Once again, no pun intended. This tag division in Raw is already shaky as it is. They don't have enough solid teams like SmackDown does, so you need them to hold those titles and play good, like brain busters type heels, until you can build something that tag division up and build a team to actually seem viable to beat them.
I loved everything about this.
Oh, the match was great too.
The match was done
NXT
with pure love to a tag match, right? You're watching this and back and forth tags, back and forth, action between the people.
back and forth momentum shifts.
They made you invest yourself into this match, and then the Revival won. And I will be very honest, when I was first watching, I was like, God damn it, the fans still aren't into this. Then segment 2, towards the end of it, I was like, oh, the fans, I'm hearing a little bit more cheer. Segment 3 is when the fucking "this is awesome" chants were coming out. Because what WWE did, whoever fucking put that, whatever the booker was, the agent that put that match together, the producer, fucking thank you.
That's Trips or Road Dogg. Let's be honest.
Road Dogg Smackdown.
Oh, whatever. It's probably Trips.
So, whoever the agent booker was that put that match together, the things that you did for me as a fan of your product is you brought me back the respect, to give the respect to that tag division that I was losing so fast. So where a week ago I said, dude, I need to see what the continuation is for this before. No. What you gave me there is something that I can go, dude, if you're going to do stuff like this, even if it's a 1-segment match, if you're going to build this way, I am buying into your tag division again.
We gave you an NXT style tag team match on Raw.
Again, it was great.
That's why it was great.
Now, let's go on to our Elimination Chamber picks. I want to announce that we're facing off against Pro Wrestling Scorecards again. And if you guys go and follow them on Twitter at PW Scorecards, you can get your own.
WrestleMania.
You can get your own Pro Wrestling Scorecard for the Elimination Chamber, and I promise you, it makes everything way fucking better, completely. Anything you don't like about this, you get to fight with your friends, fight with your family, fight with people that you don't even fucking know on
No
Twitter
puns intended.
to talk about who you are better than. Because you want to be the best, well, to be the man, you got to beat the man on your Pro Wrestling Scorecard. At PW Scorecards on Twitter, Facebook, and we are facing them again for WrestleMania weekend. Could include the G1 Supercard. You never know. They haven't decided that, but it could be just NXT, WrestleMania, very possible the G1 Supercard as well. Now, we have gone to figure out how each of them would be determined by the pay-per-view before. Whoever got the most points faces off against their number one. Our number one, their number one. Their number two, our number two. This time it's going to be a combination of Elimination Chamber and Fastlane scores put together. Whoever scores the most points for us faces whoever scores the most points for them. Number 2, 3, 4, and 5, so on. So we're going to be getting into our picks. Smitty is going to be paying attention to his phone because Z is going to be sending in his picks while listening, and we are going to start this. Where's that? There's my pen. Joe, you're our champ.
I certainly am.
You wouldn't know it by your lack of belt.
Yes. The beltless champ.
So you're going to be going last?
Gives me a case of the AIDS.
Everyone has AIDS.
You have AIDS.
Because I don't have the belt. It's giving me AIDS.
Z said he's never giving it back.
It's because he has fucking AIDS. And he's giving his AIDS to me now.
And the belt.
I'm going last.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm literally paying attention to my phone just so I can read what Z's saying here.
All right. And after me is... All right, so we're going to start with Nick, then Smitty, then Z, then me, then Nick, then Smitty, then Z, then me, then Nick. That's right. Nick, then Smitty, then Z, then me. Nick, then Smitty, then Z, then me.
Wow, wow.
Nick, then Smitty, then Z, then me. Chicka, 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 chicka. Let's make picks.
Do we have that as a theme song when we do?
I could try and put something together. I will be very honest. Some of these picks I've already got from earlier when I was sitting at work with my $60 in sales, my $69 in sales. What's up? So some of these I'm already ready for. Other ones I'll probably be talking a little bit about. So we're going to start off with Nick. Nick, the first match is the Cruiserweight Championship match. Buddy Murphy defending his belt against Akira Tozawa with 3 match extras. Pin, submission, countout, or DQ. Number of aerial moves, plus or minus 1, which means any aerial move is off the turnbuckle or off over through the ropes, does not need to connect. If you get the number correct, you get an extra 2 points. Will this match time be over 10 minutes? Yes or no? Nicholas.
Nigga, what?
Nigga who?
I went with Murph.
Big old Murph.
Big old Murph by pin. 13 aerial moves. I've learned to increase that number based on Royal Rumble.
Thanks, Dez.
Match time will go over 10 minutes.
Match time will go over 10 minutes?
Yes.
All right, Smitty, your picks.
I also have Buddy
Buddy Muffy?
Buddy Muffy.
Muffy!
Buddy Muffin?
That's what he dives into for Alexa
I
Bliss.
know, Buddy
He
Muffin.
dives into his buddy's muffin.
I did it on purpose, almost.
He likes the buddy muffin.
I went the Muddy Buffy.
So gross. Is that a black thing?
By pinfall. I got 8 minutes, yes, over 10 minutes.
8 minutes
You got
over
8
10
minutes?
8 aerial moves and yes, over 10 minutes. I'm sorry, I was laughing when I was trying to say that.
All right.
For Z, he has Buddy Murphy by pinfall, 9 aerial moves and yes to over 10 minutes.
All right. I have the Muddy Buffy. By pinfall, 7 aerial moves, match time over 10 minutes. Fuck yeah. Joseph. What the heck?
I got Muddy Buddy winning here by pin. 10 and yes to over 10. 10 and 10.
10.
Fucking 10.
Oh, yeah. That's good. I like. Next match, Tag Team Championship match. SmackDown Live tag titles. The best tag team in the world of Shane McMahon and The Miz versus the Uso Penitentiary. 4
But
extras.
no rape happens, apparently.
What?
Penitentiary. It was a rape joke.
Damn, Oos.
All right. 4 extras. Pin,
what she
submission,
said. That's
counter,
what
or
he said.
DQ. Who makes who makes the fall? Who takes the fall? And number of near falls, plus or minus 1. Any 2 count is considered a near fall. If you get that number right again, you get an extra 2 points. Smitty, you're kicking this off. Who the fuck you got?
I got the best tag team in the world, winning by pinfall. Shane McMahon will pin Little Jimmy Uso, and 5 near falls.
All right. What are Z's picks?
He has the best tag team in the world. Shane pins Jay with 2 near pinfalls.
Okay. I have the best tag team in the world as well, pinfall, but I have Miz going over Jay. And the number of near falls I have at 6. Nick.
I've got the best tag team in the world.
In the world.
Pin. Shane's going to pin Jimmy Uso. And 5 near falls.
Joe. What do you got, brother?
I got the BTTW.
That almost sound
Pinfall.
like porn almost.
Pinfall. Shane over James Uso.
Oh, James.
4 near falls.
All right. Next match, Intercontinental Championship Handicap match. Z's going to be leading this one off, so we definitely need your picks in here. Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush versus Finn Balor. Pin, submission, counter, or DQ. Number of near falls, plus or minus 1. Will Lio Rush be the man to take or make the fall, yes or no? And number of aerial moves, plus or minus 1.
His picks are not in yet.
I know. But we're giving him a second because he's typing as he's listening as well, so he might be on a small delay. So, again,
Okay, he has Finn Balor winning by pin, 3 near falls, yes to Lio Rush making or taking a fall, and 12 aerial moves.
I'm going to be very honest right here. I was torn about this match. I feel like Finn is going to have an IC title belt victory at WrestleMania. I don't know if it's against somebody new or if it's going to be continued with Lashley. But I picked Finn. I almost went DQ. And like Lio Rush hitting him or something because he was about to hit Bobby or something like that. But I'm going with a pinfall. I think he's going to be the Intercontinental Champion at Elimination Chamber. I believe there's going to be 8 near falls. Lio Rush will be taking the fall. I didn't go with the DQ. Calm down. And the number of aerial moves I also have at 8. Nick.
I went with Finn.
Fan. I'm so thirsty.
Sick.
That's what she said.
My mouth is so dry.
That's what she said.
Smitty, after your picks, you should go get me some drinks.
Some purple drink.
Finn. Pin.
Happy Black History Month.
6 near falls.
6 near falls.
Lio Rush is not going to take the fall or make the fall. And 8 aerial moves.
You said no to Leo?
No to Leo.
He's going to go over on Bobby?
Yep. Gonna make up for that Brock shit.
I made this pick.
He's trying to call in. I don't know why he's not calling the studio.
Call the studio, bitch. I'm making picks.
Someone else can answer the phone. He ended it. Continue.
So I'm on the other end because like I go off of like what I seen on Raw. It's kind of a trope that always kind of happens for the most part. I got Bobby Lashley winning because Finn literally pinned Bobby on Raw. Mm-hmm. So Bobby's going to pin Finn.
After losing to him originally.
Yeah. So Bobby's going to pin Finn. 6 near falls. No, Rush is going to have nothing to do with the fall. And I also have 6 aerial moves.
All right. Horse F. champion. Please give us your pick.
All right. I got Finn by the pin. 7 near falls. Yes to the Leo Rush. And 8 aerials.
Ariel.
The Little Mermaid.
8 Ursulas.
8 Ursulas.
That took a weird turn.
All right. Next match. Ronda Rousey versus Ruby Riott. 3 motherfucking extras. Pin, submission, counter, or DQ. Match time in minutes, plus or minus 1. Will there be a Riot Squad interference, yes or no? Let's stop and have a conversation about this match, okay? This match was announced via Twitter. They had no mention of this on Monday night at all. There was nothing other than Ruby in...
A one-on-one where she pretty much squashed Nikki Cross.
Yes, while screaming in her face, I'm the next champ. I'm the next champ. It's the only time you heard anything about this fight. And the commentator's like, oh, the Riot Squad could hold all the gold if the Riot wins the tag match, and then Ruby gets the win over Ronda. Smitty, do you think something wonky could go here? Do you think that by completely bypassing this, they throw a monkey wrench in the plans and Ronda loses this belt?
No.
Charlotte's supposed to be at ringside.
Charlotte's supposed to be at ringside, but whatever. How many people have been at ringside when Ronda's already won a match? She's had Tamina at ringside. She's had...
No, okay, sorry. Charlotte's supposed to be in the crowd.
Yeah.
So you don't say any possible way to throw a monkey wrench in this plan?
I say
You can
no.
flip-flop it. Remember, you got Fastlane coming up. It could be Ronda versus Ruby.
I know we got the fast lane coming up, but I still say no.
All right, Nick?
Whew. That's tough because they did mention how at this coming pay-per-view Elimination Chamber, Houston, right?
Yeah, Houston.
The birthplace of the Riot Squad. That's where they made their debut last year. So it wouldn't surprise me, but no, I don't think they're going to pull that.
Joe?
Do I think Rousey will lose?
No, I'm asking if you think that there is a percentage of a chance that WWE throw in a monkey wrench into all of this Becky versus Ronda shit, that somehow, possibly 0.01% of the chance you can see Ruby actually win this match.
No.
Fodder. That's my favorite word when it comes to title matches sometimes.
It's his favorite word when it comes to certain matches sometimes.
All matches, anytime.
No championship matches in particular.
It's a very specific favorite that you have there.
I know fodder.
That and dick. 2 things you love in and out of your mouth.
Specifically.
Fodder and dick.
Me no like dick.
But you take it anyway. What a champ you are.
I've been in prison twice.
It's fodder for your mouth. Just all right, let's get it done. All right. I'm kicking this one off. Look, I'm actually kind of torn on this because I'm like, man, they could blow everything up with Ronda losing this belt. And then maybe Ronda faces Asuka at the next pay-per-view, and then Asuka loses, and then it's everyone's... Then now Becky gets in by facing Ronda for the Smackdown Women's Championship. It's fucking... Dude.
But like that goes back to your theory about Asuka. Dude. Who the fuck does Ruby face?
Charlotte. Charlotte's already going for the Raw title.
Yeah. But so is Becky if whatever comes.
Becky was going for Ronda. Becky was going for Ronda. Charlotte is going for the Raw title. Because the Raw title match is the one that had the negated person that was taken out. The Raw Women's title match. Charlotte was just going for the title. Yes, Ronda happens to be a part of it. But Charlotte could still go for the women's title if it's Ruby. Because they've all said, even the commentators like, oh, it could be total monkey wrench in this plan. Charlotte could be facing Ruby Riott at WrestleMania.
I don't think they're going to pull that off because I really think that the main event at this WrestleMania is going to be a women's match, and I don't think Ruby Riott is ready for that.
I'm agreeing, but
I think she's ready for it in ring wise, but I don't think the company thinks she's ready for it.
I think she's about a year out for that main event spot. I agree, but that's where we get back to the possibility of then maybe Ronda facing Asuka at Fastlane, taking the SmackDown title, being on SmackDown like Fox wants her to be, and then Becky facing for the SmackDown title at WrestleMania in that main event. Then it's still Becky versus Ronda, but for the SmackDown title rather than the Raw Women's title.
At that point, you both fucked the SmackDown title and Ronda at that point. I mean, and Asuka at that point.
What does Asuka have to do with that, though? How does that fuck the SmackDown title?
It's fuck the SmackDown title. Like, you just put this thing on. You already just put it on Asuka. You've done nothing with her over the last 2 weeks, and then let's say
3 weeks.
3 weeks, and then after she wins, like you done nothing with her for 3 weeks, and just have her drop to Ronda.
2 weeks later at fucking Fastlane. Yeah,
That's a month. That's a month and a quarter. And you like literally. I get being a transitional champion, but you've done nothing with her. That means Ronda's. I mean, not Ronda, but Asuka's done nothing as champion, and she's literally a pure transitional champion where she's done nothing just to drop the title to Ronda. It fucks Asuka. Well, you've already fucked her up so much already.
or puts Asuka in line for a heel turn, being all pissed off the way WWE treated her. Blah.
With your mouth moving like 2 seconds after you speak.
All I'm saying is it could have had a nice fresh start for Asuka if that played out. Again,
You're overthinking this.
not overthinking, because do I think it's going to happen? No, because I'm picking Ronda Rousey, all right, by submission, 9-minute match time. And yes, I am not thinking the Riot Squad will interfere, so that's a no. That's what I do. I throw shit off. Nicholas.
Nigga, what?
Nicholas. He has no Nicka. He had one, but now he's a Nicholas.
He gone. I'm glad you're here because actually, when he says Nicholas, I can actually pull that joke all the rest of February.
Go give me something to drink, bitch.
I got one more pick. Your mama. It's PHAG.
Did you just call her Les?
Yes.
All right, go ahead, Nick.
That's LEZ.
Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, dog.
Ronda, submission, 11 minutos. And the Riot Squad will not interfere.
So they will interfere?
So they will interfere in this
You
match.
fucking double negative speaking bitch. Smitty.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I actually have Ronda Rousey by submission.
Yeah, you do.
12 minutes. Yes to a Riot Squad interference.
All right, and what does Z have?
Z just changed his shit right now, so I
That's fine.
just fixed it. He has Ronda Rousey winning by submission. 10 minutes. Yes to Riot Squad interference.
All right, Joseph.
I got Ronda Rousey winning by submission, 8-minute match, and yes to the Riot Squad interference.
All right. Up next is a singles match. Smitty, go get me something to drink.
What do you want, brother?
Water and a PBR.
Gotcha.
I'll take something too.
He wants a PBR as well.
Yeah, please.
So
Me
next-
too.
We have fucking beer.
Want all the beer?
Y'all whisper.
What?
Y'all whisper.
What?
I'm over here yelling.
I want a beer. What? More beer. What? Vodka.
You didn't keep going with the whats. Thanks. Up next is a singles match. Braun Strowman. Okay, hold on. Wait. It has just been changed a little bit before we went on the air. It is now a no disqualification match. Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin. There are
Sharon
Corbin, yes. There are 4 extras in this. Pinner submission. Number of finishers, plus or minus 1. The finishers are the running power slam for Braun Strowman and the self-rock bottom, end of days for Sharon Corbin. That's what he does. He leans forward, falls backward, giving himself a rock bottom from you. That's what his finisher is.
He's great. Isn't he? we love him so much.
Oh shit!
We never give him any
I'm
shit.
never
at all.
gonna look at that the same again.
Announce table destroyed during the match? Yes or no? Will there be outside interference? Yes or no? The first person, did he go to pee?
He's
as well?
like brewing the beer out there. It sounds like
He's next to make picks. Nick, you're first.
Braun.
Oh God.
Sorry, pin.
Some water. Let's take
3 fodders.
3 fodders. Foddershers.
The announce. Oh yeah, thank you, sir.
Oh my God, he's just that's your nickname now.
It's like Lord of the Rings. It's like instead of Legolas, it's Nicholas. He's our archer.
You're our elf.
Yeah, you're our elf archer,
That's a
Nicholas.
Do you want dick pics? Because that's how you get dick pics. Thanks, Archer.
Change my Twitter handle after this.
Nikkales, Nicholas.
Oh.
N-U-K-K-A.
To be, yeah,
Like
and,
Pinky.
and UCC.
Yeah.
and UKK.
Come on, Nooka. That's Pinky Nooka.
Say what again?
Can a nickel borrow a French fry?
Show him your pinky.
How does a nickel borrow a French fry?
All right, go ahead with your picks. Sorry, we got off there.
Right. Braun, pinfall, 3 finishers. The announce table will be destroyed, and there will be outside interference from Drew McIntyre getting these tights. Squeeze these tights.
I'm going to send a message to Daniel real quick. He's out for dinner with his lovely, beautiful, adesible wife, Des.
Is she desirable?
Ooh, that was better than the one I've come up with.
I know.
God
Was
damn
it
it, that
Desi
was
Leslie?
good.
Don't they live in the desert? Oh.
I'm pretty sure he does not deserve her.
Oh, that's me.
Make sure they order
One of his
dessert.
favorite movies is 8 Mile. He loves us.
Isn't
I saw 8 Mile 3 times.
isn't friend of the show, and previous guest Rohit Raju? Isn't he part of the Desi hit squad?
Oh my God, he's going to hit her. That's violence against women.
At that point, she'll deserve
I was
him.
about to say, desert that topic. All right, we can stop this now.
All right.
Oh, Des Punch.
Smitty.
I have the ruler of nerds,
Who's that?
Ogre.
Yeah, Braun Strowman winning?
Yeah, Braun Strowman. Pinfall, 2 finishers. Announce table is destroyed. Yes, outside interference.
What does Z have?
So he has the exact goddamn thing as me. He has Braun Strowman by pinfall, 2 finishers. Yes to announce table destroyed, and yes to outside interference.
All right. I have Baron Corbin winning. I have 2 finishers. Yes, an announce table will be destroyed, and yes, there will be outside interference. Laugh all you want, fucker.
Oh no, I'm laughing at this
The
here.
minute that shit became a no DQ, I knew Strowman wasn't winning. Go for it, Joe.
I almost want to agree with you, but I don't know. I just want to pick Braun.
No, because the way he wrote it on his sheet is literally all capital letters with an exclamation point.
By pinfall, I'll go also 2 finishers and yes to the last 2, the table and the interference.
So everyone but me picked Braun.
That'll be your deciding factor.
No, it's totally going to be the Elimination Chambers, I promise you. Yes. So now I asked a question because of the last match for unscheduled appearances. I asked Daniel if Charlotte counts as an unscheduled because she's not on the card, even though they
I
have
have
said,
her written.
even though they have said that she is going to be in the crowd watching it. He says did miss that. Again, she's not. I have to look at WWE's website.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how they word it, huh?
Right, yeah. So let's go WWE.com.
Because I have her as a unscheduled, so maybe
See, I've
As
never-
would I.
maybe I have to remove her.
So
I don't know.
Listen, I didn't write it because of the whole I'll be at ringside. I mean, I'll be in the crowd thing.
Yeah, she was like,
Yeah, but if we're allowed to use it, that seems like a locked pick.
Yeah.
oh yeah, easily. Let's see. You know, I have to be honest about it. They are giving the WWE title the major push for this fucking pay-per-view. It's the thing all over the posters and everything like that. We've constantly given them shit, WWE shit, for how they've treated the WWE title.
Yeah.
And currently it is the number one thing that they are pushing with this Elimination Chamber. You know,
Because the Universal title's not there.
Exactly.
but okay, but the WWE titles has been put under matches with the Intercontinental title and things like that.
That's
You know?
just dumb booking.
Agree, but again, they have made it look like the WWE title was not the number one title. In this one, it is the poster, it is the push. You know that's what I'm saying.
Well, they almost have no choice.
Yeah, 'cause the marijuana title is the only title that's really relevant right now.
Marijuana is not the same thing as hemp. It's different. All right. You can't get high
Don't take
from
my
smoking
joke away from me.
Daniel Bryan's title. Okay.
Yeah, as it currently stands, it says Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey versus Ruby Riott. That's it. It doesn't even have Charlotte listed on the side.
Then I say you can.
That means, yeah, he
list
says
her.
that's right. She's
So Z said, phone might die. If it does, whoever goes first, give me the same picks if I don't respond. And if I'll make my extra picks, tables, and guests later.
that's his fault for listening to the whole fucking show. All right, up next, Smitty.
You can't say that on the air.
Oh wait, Baron. All right, so yeah, we already have this. So next, Elimination Chamber WWE Championship. Daniel Bryan with Rowan defending against AJ Styles, Kofi Kingston with the New Day, Samoa Joe, Jeff Hardy, and Randy Orton. Who do you think is going to win? That's 10 points. Oh, he didn't write that. And then 3 points for all the extras. Starting 2. Who do you think the first 2 people in the match are going to be? Then entry orders 3 through 5. It's 3 through 5 because Randy Orton is automatically picked number 6 coming in. Who will be the first superstar eliminated? Does a superstar go through a pod wall? Yes or no? Will the final fall be a pin or submission? Who takes the final fall? And who is the superstar with the most eliminations? Smitty, you're leading this off.
I have Daniel Bryan retaining the hemp belt.
The
Start-
hempy weight.
The heavyweight title, yeah.
I do love how, by the way, it is the new WWE title.
Is
I
that
know, I
for
saw that
sale on
too.
the website?
Not fucking yet.
Oh
Not yet.
man, that thing is gonna sell.
Give it like 2 or 3 months, like 2 months, it'll be up there.
Why? Why they should be?
Jump on that fucking.
I know.
now.
Strike while the iron's hot, dude. Are you crazy?
Strump while the hemp is cooking,
That's right.
smoking.
Smoke that prototype.
Strike, smoke while the bowl's on fire.
Z says
Sorry.
he's making the rest of his picks later. He's only going Daniel Bryan.
But I have Daniel Bryan winning.
That's not fair.
I have Styles.
Yeah, I agree. Z. Yeah, I agree.
I know.
Z,
My
who do you,
fucking belt.
Z, who do you pick to have the women's tag title match as well? We need to know that one. At least give the winners.
He gives the winners.
Go ahead, Smitty. Start from the beginning, and I apologize.
So I have Daniel Bryan retaining his smokable belt. I have Styles and Joe starting the match. I have Hardy entering next, Bryan entering after, and Kofi entering right before Orton. First superstar eliminated will probably be Jeff Hardy. Will somebody go through a pod wall? I said yes. Final fall will be a pinfall. I think Styles will get pinned for the final fall. And the superstar with the most elimination will be Randy Orton.
All right. Is Z said so far? Z just has Daniel Bryan winning.
Yes.
Okay. Nothing else was posted in there.
Then he got Mella and
That's what I'm talking about for this match.
yeah, just Bryan.
Okay. I have Daniel Bryan winning as well. My starting 2 are going to be Joe and Kofi. Styles will be number 3. I have Bryan at number 4. And Hardy at number 5. The first superstar eliminated. Oh, this is so tough right here. I'm going to go with Superstar go through the pod. Yep. Final fall pinner submission. I'm going to go with submission. Who takes the final fall? Jeff. Superstar with most eliminations. I honestly think it's going to be a tie.
Orton and Joe.
No, I think it's going to be Joe and Brian. So I'm just going to pick Brian. Because I think Joe's going to get rid of Kofi and possibly Styles.
I think Orton's going to get rid of Styles, set up for WrestleMania.
That's possible too. I would love to see that. All right. Nick.
Daniel Bryan is going to win. Starting two are going to be Jeff Hardy and Kofi. He's going to make Kofi go the distance again.
Kofi.
Holy Kofi.
Number
Thank you, SmackDown.
Number 3 is Daniel Bryan. 4 is AJ. 5 is Joe. Hardy is going to be the first superstar eliminated. That was tough. I'm not even sure about that, but I'm going to go with it. Submission. Joe's going to take the final fall, and Joe is going to have the most eliminations.
Right. Oh. What are Z's picks?
Jeff Hardy, Kofi, Joe, AJ. Oh, wait.
So he has Jeff Hardy and...
So he has Jeff Hardy going...
First two are who?
Jeff Hardy and Kofi.
Okay. Next 3.
Joe, AJ, and Brian.
Okay. And he hasn't given anything else after that?
He has the pinfall and Hardy first.
All right. So the final fall he thinks is going to be pin, you said?
Joe the most. I'm just reading this as it comes in.
That's fine.
So
I'm just happy we're getting a little something extra for Joe.
So yeah, we got starting 2. He has Hardy and he has Kofi. Which means he's cheating right now. He's just going off of you at this point. He has Joe coming at 3.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter when he makes the picks. I mean, I don't really give a shit as long as he gets him in before Joe.
Brian. And then he doesn't have anything for pod yet.
Hardy, he says, is going up first superstar eliminated. Pinfall for the final fall.
He said pin for the final fall.
Mm-hmm. Joe is going to have the most eliminations.
Joe with the most. He doesn't have final fall, or he doesn't have...
So the only thing that we don't have from UZ is will a superstar go through the pod wall, yes or no, and who will take the final fall. And that's fine. We appreciate your effort into this, man. We know you're working and listening at the same time.
He said he's trying, guys.
I know. I have it open for as well.
Yes for the pod.
All right, Joe.
All right, I got Daniel Bryan winning this thing, retaining. I got Kofi Kingston and Joe starting this match.
Ooh, just like me. Dick Rider.
3 and 4. I got AJ coming in at 3 and Daniel Bryan coming in at 4. Jeff Hardy at 5. Even though Hardy's coming in at 5, according to me, I have him being still the first superstar eliminated.
Wait, who did you say was 3 for you?
AJ?
Oh, wow, you went in the exact same order I did.
Really?
Yeah, everything's the exact same order. Nice.
I got Hardy being eliminated first, even though he's coming in second to last. Mm-hmm. Just because, I don't know, he'll probably do a couple things quick, and then they'll want to get him out of there. I don't know. His bum card is punched the fuck out.
Yeah.
Status update.
No, let him finish his picks.
Okay. So yeah, Hardy's first eliminated. Yes. Someone will go through a pod. Final fall will be by pin. I think AJ takes the final fall, and I think Joe has the most eliminations.
All right, now read Z's again from the top.
So, status update. So we all know that he has Daniel.
Nope, just read it all from the top like you were making the picks again.
Okay, so Z has Daniel Bryan winning. Starting 2 are Jeff Hardy and Kofi Kingston. Entry order number 3 will be Joe. Number 4 will be AJ. Number 5 will be Brian. Obviously, 6 is Orton. First superstar eliminated will be Jeff Hardy. The superstar go to the pod. He has yes. The final fall will be a pin. It'll be on AJ Styles. And the superstar with the most eliminations will be Samoa Joe.
All right.
That's pretty similar to mine.
Yeah. All right, next match. Z's supposed to be starting this one off, but obviously we're going to have a problem with him, so that's going to make me start this off. Elimination Chamber Women's Tag Team match. Nia Jax and Tamina versus the Riot Squad and versus Wyatt Squad versus Bayley and Sasha versus the Iconics versus Carmella and Naomi versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Who's going to win? Entry orders number 3, 4, 5, and 6. Who are they going to be? Who is going to make the first fall? Who is going to take the first fall? The final fall final fall be pin or submission? And that final fall, who's going to make it and who's going to take it? And who is going to be the team with the most eliminations? I'll kick this one off, and I'm going to say I had a pretty simple time as soon as I figured out, like, with the way I thought the people were going to come in with the men's elimination chamber. Because if there's one thing WWE does well, it's storyline for matches where, like this, they always make something look good. They make it look really well to where the competitors are put in proper spots. The reason I had Kofi going out first is because Kofi had such a strong showing on Smackdown. You know, that gauntlet match, he put Daniel Bryan out. He made, he pinned
2 former WWE champions.
Yeah, Samoa
the
Joe.
current champion, a former WWE champion, and just Samoa Joe all went out to Kofi.
It was AJ Styles who eventually beat him, and then AJ Styles got hit with that RKO by Randy Orton out of nowhere to get that last spot. So that's why I thought it made sense. Kofi can go out first and not look weak because of how strong he looked on SmackDown. So for this one, it's really fucking difficult because I don't know what they're trying to do in the long run with this. I feel like Mandy and Sonya are your top 2. That's Vince would love Mandy on both shows.
Fake tits, dick sucking lips.
So that being said, Mandy and Sasha Banks, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, Sasha Banks and Bayley are starting this match. The third team that I feel is going to come in is the Iconics. I think that's going to go play well into that. Only then for the Riot Squad to come in. Then, this is where it gets difficult, man, because I don't feel it's a good thing for Nia and Tamina to come in last, especially if they're not winning this. I feel if they're coming in super fucking fresh and they lose, it hurts them. So I feel like they have to come in at number 5. So Nia and Tamina at number 5, which means the Fabulous Glow, Carmella, that's what they call themselves, is going to be coming in at number 6. Carmella.
I shit in my
and
mouth
Naomi.
a little bit.
You shit in your mouth? It's from all that fucking ass you beating off of dudes.
Super ran into that one.
That was
You set these right up on a T, right there.
Yeah. First fall. Who's going to make the fall? I think right off the bat it's going to be. I think the Riot Squad. No, man, I don't fucking know.
I don't have any of this filled out right.
Yeah, it's all real difficult.
I
You
don't
know
know.
what? No, I feel the first fall is going to be done by Nia. She's going to make the first fall. Who's going to take the first fall? Liv. Liv Morgan's going to take that first fall. Pin or submission for the final fall is going to be a pin. Who's going to make the fall? Mandy. Who's going to take the fall? Naomi. And the team with the most eliminations, Nia and Tamina. Nick.
I was on the fence about the winner early, but you did bring up a good point with Mandy Rose and Sonya, so I picked Mandy and Sonya to win.
Okay.
Mella and Naomi are going to come in 3rd, Nia and Tamina 4th, Riot Squad 5th, and the Iconics are going to come in 6th. Nia's going to make the first fall. She's going to pin Liv. The final fall will be pin Mandy. I have her picking Mella, but I feel like I want to change it to Naomi. And I didn't put Naomi at first because I just thought it was a little too predictable. A little too much.
This is WWE.
I know.
And sometimes if you're going to have Mandy and Sonya go over, it makes sense for them to beat them, knocking them out. This way, none of the other teams can say they lost this tag match, and have a shot at a title in the future.
I'm going to stick with Mella. And
Is she money?
Not today.
Withdrawn.
Team with the most eliminations are Nia and Tamina.
Smitty.
I'm going with the predictable picks here. I'm gonna say Sasha and Bailey win. Number 3 to enter will be the Riot Squad. Number 4 will be Naomi and Carmella. 5th will be Nia and Tamina. Final 10 to enter will be the Iconics. Who makes the first fall will be Bailey. She's going to pin Liv Morgan. The final fall will be submission. Sasha's going to tap out Billy Kay. And Nia and Tamina have the most eliminations.
You said who? Wait, what? Sasha's going to tap out Billy Kay. All right,
Yeah.
Sorry. I want to make sure I heard that right. Joe.
All right. I'm finishing this up right now as we speak. I got the boss and hug, the shrug connection, winning this thing. 3, it's going to be the Riot Squad. 4 is the Samoan Slaughterhouse. Is that what
Oh, yeah. They said this chamber is going to be the Samoan Slaughterhouse.
Okay,
But yeah,
yeah.
for some reason, someone called them that.
5, the Iconics. 6, the Fabulous Glow. Is that what you called them?
Yeah, that's what they called themselves, not me. I don't fuck them.
That's a great name. Said nobody ever. All right, so yeah, they'll be 6. First fall is going to be made by Nia, taken by Liv. Final fall will be pinfall. Who makes the final fall? I didn't have that filled. I'll say Sasha over Naomi.
Okay.
It'll be black on black crime. Smitty will love that. And then
Happy Black History Month.
Jackson, yeah, Jackson Tamina will have the most eliminations.
All right.
I like that as the winner from Z, actually. All Z put in was the winner. He says Carmella and I moan backwards.
I moan forwards.
I'm on any way I can get it, baby.
Hey.
Literally, it just says.
Yeah.
Literally, it says here in the chat, Carmella and I moan.
That's fine. Announced table destruction. I'm kicking this one off. English, gone. Spanish and other, saved. Nick.
Same Z's.
What? Sam.
English destroyed. Spanish and other are saved.
Smith Yay West.
I'm not that fucking against my people. I'm just against niggas, not black people.
What?
That's a nice hat you wear.
I'm against niggas, not black people. What's the difference? Listen to Chris Rock. He'll explain it. I have the English table going, the Spanish table, and other tables surviving.
All right. Z doesn't have one of those picks. Joe.
Yeah, I guess it's just gonna be a all-around samesies. English going, the other 2 staying.
I hope Z makes something different when he finally makes his picks. All right.
It's got to be the same Z's.
Gay. Nick, you're kicking off the unscheduled appearances. 5. You get to pick 5 names that you think are going to show up that are not on this card. Every name that you get right, you get an extra 5 points. Nick.
Kurt McGirt.
Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Drew McIntyre. Charlotte. Triple H and Stephanie.
They can't count.
They're authority figures.
Fucking shit.
Sorry, man.
That's right. Nope, you're right. When you're right, you're right.
But I write with my left.
Well, fuck, man.
Nope, that's Smitty's job. Smitty's gay. He's like, I have dreads because I like feeling penises all around my face. Just dangling.
I don't have two other ones at the moment.
No, you can think of off the top of your head?
Nah, off the top of my head.
Smitty.
I have Drew McIntyre, EC3, and Dean Ambrose. I think they're going to have a road match on the pre-show.
All right.
Kurt Angle and Becky Lynch.
Who are so you have who again?
Drew McIntyre.
Okay.
EC3.
Okay.
Dean Ambrose, Kurt Angle, and Becky Lynch.
Okay. Z didn't pick any?
Nope.
I have Drew McIntyre, Charlotte Flair, Kurt Angle, and I really don't think Becky's showing. I think Smart Money keeps her off TV for a little bit, at least until Ric Flair's birthday. That's fine. You can go ahead and think that. I'm not arguing. I'm just saying this is why I'm not putting her on my 5. So Drew, Charlotte, Kurt. Man. My last 2, I'm going to put... I think EC3 and Dean Ambrose are 2 good calls. But... Man, dude, EC3 and Dean. Joe. Wait, Nick, do you have other 2 people you want to throw on there yet?
I do like EC3 and Dean Ambrose, but I'm going to go another way, and I'm going to say that there's a tag match on that pre-show. Let's go with Heavy Machinery.
Okay.
That counts as 2.
Yep. Joe.
All right, I got Drew McIntyre. I got Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Kurt Angle, and Luke Harper.
Oh,
just for shiggles.
This will make the equal war, make the Planeteers complete.
So yeah, they could be part of the Planetarium.
Planetarium.
Yeah, just for shiggles, I say Luke Harper.
All right. That's it, ladies and gentlemen.
That's kind of a wish pick there. Like, come on, Luke, come back.
The absent Z ballot is actually pretty absent Z right now.
Yeah, that's fine. We don't care. We finished up right on time, boys. Thank you so much to Pro Wrestling Scorecards.
Boy?
You, motherfucker.
Nigga, it's Black History Month. I kick your ass. No,
You ain't gonna do a goddamn thing, man.
I might get kicked off the show. I like this show.
Everybody, thank you so much for listening. If you're listening live, if you're watching live on our video show, make sure you go to our YouTube. Just type in BDRcast in the search bar. You will find us. Currently, we've jumped up to 27 subscribers, maybe even 28 now. If we get 100,
27 and a half.
If we get 100, it puts
Thank
us
you
in
for that half.
more things that we can do for you guys. Thank you so much. So give us a subscribe on our YouTube. Follow us on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, BDRcast. And definitely go check out Pro Wrestling Scorecards at PW Scorecards. They got their elimination scorecard up. You can make your own picks. You can get your shit in for the Elimination Chamber. Smitty's eating paper just like he eats dick.
with his teeth.
Teeth are bad, okay?
Dragging that tooth.
That's how you know I don't suck dick. I don't know the rules.
Told you to wash those teeth. I don't know how many times. So many times.
Right into his elimination chamber.
If you are watching live, if you are listening live, subscribe to our podcast, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, some of the big types of places. Unfortunately, we're not on the Spotify of Say yet. Hopefully, we'll get on that and Stitcher really soon. Really looking forward to it. Or if you are listening on our Apple Podcasts, Overcast, wherever them good fucking podcasts you find, you can listen live every Wednesday, 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you follow us on our Twitter or our Periscope at BDRcast, you will also be able to watch the live feed or download the Podcast Detroit app in your app store, Google Play, iOS, and you can listen to us on the go wherever you may roam. Wherever you lay your head is home. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for us. We are your ring crew.
Nick the Dick.
It's knuckleless.
You're a friendly neighborhood knucka.
Only for the next 2.5 weeks. And hopefully he lives through it.
You're champion the whole fucking joke.
King of Wrong Style, Smitty.
And me, the all-Mikey one, Mikey himself. Again, thank you so much for listening, ladies and gentlemen. We are out.